Hello, this video describes how to go from this to this in less than 5 minutes and by a fully automated way. Yes, this is automation to prepare customized resumes according to vacancies. And first of all, I want to say there is no intention to fraud. It is not a fraud, it is not a way of misleading. So these resumes contains only facts about my experience and about my skills. Please don't use it for the fraud. How it works? Every morning this system sends me a lot of vacancies according to my experience, and I need to press only two buttons, approve or decline. If I see something interesting, of course I will press approve, and in less than 5 minutes I receive a fully customized resume for this specific vacation. All this text is written by artificial intelligence. Let's see how it works. First of all, I assume you are familiar with n8n automation. If not, it is a very nice tool to make low-code workflows. You have several nodes chained with links, and you click for a trigger and it will go. So there are a lot of triggers about new lines in the Google Sheet or Telegram triggers, new message triggers, email triggers, a lot of. So check this out and we will go. So this is a starting point. Here we need to define our keywords to parse LinkedIn website one by one. So this is a column for roles. This is a keyword search phrases. The first column means geographical region. This means, for example, Europe. This means Serbia, Bosnia, Montenegro, so on. This means working type remote, and a lot of our options it doesn't mean for now. So let's look at the workflow. At the first, there is a trigger, a time trigger. So every n minutes it starts and reads the rows from the sheet. These rows passes to the loop cycle one by one. It makes an HTTP request to the specific parser. This parser is only my private, so I can describe the details and give you credentials, so you need to Google it by yourself. The next step is to convert the response from a parser from XML to JSON, split it out to the separate items one by one. This JavaScript code, let's look, get the LinkedIn link from the parser and some other data. LinkedIn ID, like a unique identifier, a link to a vacancy in unified form, because you can have country code here, title and description. That's enough for this step. And the next step appends this link with details to another Google Sheet table. Let's look at this table. As you can see, there is second table, and it contains these columns: unique identifier, LinkedIn link, title and description for a vacancy. Decline and approve is my responses, and I will show you how it works. This is the next workflow with a schedule trigger. Every n minutes it starts and read the empty string without my decision from the previous table. If there is no my decision, it will put the word pending as a status to this row and send me a text message. For example, RSS robot found a new vacancy, title, description and link, and gives me inline keyboard with two buttons, approve and decline. Very straightforward. So if I press approve, it will be approve in this table. If I press decline, it will be decline in this table. So, of course, if it was decline, the process stops here. If it was approve, the process continues to the next steps. This workflow receives my responses and detect several cases. It could be approve or decline here. If approve, it will update the row in this table. If decline, it will update so. And in both cases, it will call the next round of sending me next vacancy information. And there is a third case. It used for manual adding. For example, if I have found on a LinkedIn very interesting vacancy just by my own, I can put this vacancy link to the Telegram bot and it will go here to the same table. But it was only a preparation. The real magic starts here. This workflow read a new vacancy from the big table and starts to parse it. This node read the new line, this item send a request to the LinkedIn API to get the details, and this node insert basic details to the big table. No artificial intelligence on this step. Let's look on the table. This is the table. You can see unique identifier, LinkedIn links, company information, position, location, about the company, about the job. It's enough for this step. Let's look at the workflow. The next step, I will make it bigger. The next step gets my last resume in PDF format. Just export it from the LinkedIn, very straightforward. Just go to your LinkedIn profile, press resources and click export as PDF. I use this node to get the data as JSON from my CV. This is the reason why I say my rewritten resume contains only facts. So if I change the LinkedIn profile, I can put another PDF, and this workflow will get fresh information from the fresh PDF. Okay, there is a part with caching because it's very high-load operation. So you can see some caching, call the cache, download if it is not cached, analyze, put to the cache, so on. It doesn't matter. So this is the magic. First of all, I set up a prompt. I will show you. This prompt written on Russian language, of course, because my native language is Russian. But if you can translate, just ask me in the comments. I will give you instruction how to do it in your case. What happens here? First of all, source data about company, about vacancy, about my resume. A little data for some addition and the tasks. The tasks are very straightforward. Get short information about the company, get short information about the vacancy, and make a bullet list as analyzing of matching my resume with vacancy requirements. It is very interesting step because here the magic goes. At this step, the artificial intelligence checks the vacancy requirements and match it to my CV. We will see how it works later. Okay, next step is very easy. Cover letter on the English language. Make a decision, should I try to apply or not, just for time economy. And very specific step about employment because I am not a resident of European Union, so I need to have information how I can work with this specific employer. Yeah, so a little description. So let's see the result of this step. It is not final step, it is just a step. You can see two artificial intelligent nodes. Why? Because AI agent not always return the data in the strict parsed format. You need to pass it to the another node with very simple prompt. Take this information and make the output according with described format. I don't know why I can put it here, don't know, it doesn't work. It is described on the documentation, which should work right this way, don't know why. Okay, let's see the result. This column describes one of most interesting information: matching and points about not matching. For example, in this vacancy, it tells me there is a lot of matching: Kafka, RabbitMQ, microservices, bridge between business and development, presentation, async, system, KVM, Docker, Linux, so on. And my resume does not have information about Internet of Things, sensory data, Navixi, I don't know what is. Okay, so by each vacancy it gives me this very useful information. For example, here I should know what is MLIR, artificial intelligence compilator, don't know. So this is a big table and I have a lot of information to apply or not. You can see, for example, there is several green marks. It means that the artificial intelligence tells me to apply. It is high probability of success. And this is medium probability of success. And high probability again. And a low probability. So you can save a lot of time to apply only on green lines. Very easy. Okay, this is a cover letter. This is information about recruiters, so I can for example click on this link and meet Katerina in Neva, for example, and ask her, hey, let's talk. I'm a professional manager. Here is several additional information. It doesn't matter for now, but this is really magic. Let's go deeper. So the place the magic happens. You can see in our workflow it starts like previous workflow. You can see several nodes to get the new lines from a table, blah blah. Okay, caching you already seen this, but where is the magic? There is a prompt to rewrite my resume according to the company data. How it works? I tell him, you is an expert in career consulting. You will rewrite the candidate's resume under the vacation requirements. Here is information about company, here is information about vacancy and role, here is information about vacancy more described, and here is my content from my resume from LinkedIn profile. A lot of fine-tuned prompt. I asked him to get the output on the English language. I asked him to not hallucinate my experience and skill. I asked him to make the text more not so polished, so it will looks like written by the human. And I asked him to put this output to the markdown. I will describe later why. Okay, where is the steps? Define the scale and company industry, rewrite my skills and my resume content, and add a block about my legal status. It doesn't matter now. And this is the most interesting block about vacancy requirements mapping. This prompt asks artificial intelligence to rewrite the company requirements from the vacancy as a list with marks match or not covered if I have no experience. I will show you the result. And some example, output format, some text, so on. This part of prompts is very useful because here you tell artificial intelligence how it should look like. Without it, it will look like different every time. So it's very useful. So the next steps, I call them sub-process create PDF from Markdown. Let's see. Create PDF from Markdown. Very difficult way. If you can't give me some advice how to make it faster and easier, okay, feel free to put it in the comments. It starts from the some cleanup. Next step, converts the markdown to the HTML, put it to the file, gives it MIME type text HTML, create the Google Drive document, merge it together, update this file with this content, download this as PDF from the Google Drive and upload it again to the Google Drive in PDF. I repeat, if you know how to do this another way, please describe in the comments. So we was here. The next step is to put this file in the proper directory in the Google Drive and update my table with a link, so I can click on the link and see the resume content. I will show you some examples. So this is the result. I will hide information about specific employer just for security purposes, but you can see there is a block vacancy requirements mapping and match, and at the end, okay, this example is fully matched. Give me a second, I will show you another example with not covered options. Okay, there is another example, and you can see knowledge in telephony. Probably this employer is about telephone communication, I don't know. Not covered because my resume does not explicitly detail experience with telephony specific system, and this is true. I don't know about this. Let's see another example. Another example, not covered. I don't know what is TV volume proposition and service lines, so it's true. It's not a fake. Not covered. And verbal communication skill. As you can hear, my English level is not so good yet, so it is not covered because only B1. But I work on it. And another example. Don't know what is relevant internal external product knowledge. Timelines, corroboration. Okay, we will work on it. Industry standards. It seems I need to improve my prompt. Okay, I think you understand the main idea. Rest content is very straightforward, work experience, and This is absolutely copy-pasted from my resume, a little rewrite it according to vacancy style. Artificial intelligence adds only these lines to each work position to show recruiter and to show hiring manager how this position matches with their requirements. Here and here and here, so on. And the last interesting block is case skills. I have about 84 case skills on the LinkedIn profile, so I will not put all the list here. The artificial intelligence asked to put only relative skills to this block. So this block is always short and relative to vacancy details. Let's see on another example. Here is another example, and you can see the skills are completely different from the previous resume because this skill set is chosen according this vacancy, and these vacancy requirements, of course, are different from previous, so it's very personalized and specified. The rest of all are very similar. For example, 5 years of experience with programming languages C++. I have no experience in C++, Java, Python, and Go not covered because my resume highlight experience in PHP, Ruby, and JavaScript. It's true, and you can see. So, the key idea. It is not a fraud. It is just a way to help the recruiter and hiring manager to understand, does you match to vacancy requirements or not. I believe this tool helps me to find new job. I started it only 1 week ago, so I have no so much practical experience working with it, but I hope it helps me to find AI-faced company and implement my AI skills. This is all for today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.